Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. So now I'm going to go ahead straight into the video. So what I'm going to be doing today is going over some of the trades that followed my $1,000 loss. And if you guys didn't see the last video, make sure to go check that out because you'll understand a little bit more on how I lost that trade and what went wrong in that trade. But the first trade that I'm going to explain today is on NFLX. So if you go ahead over here to NFLX, so what I ended up doing in this NFLX position was I entered a put position, and this was a couple around 1 week back, and like I said, I took a break after I had that $1,000 loss. But what I ended up doing was I entered a put contract at the first one at $815, and a couple minutes later I bought another one, increasing my position size and also lowering down my average to $795. And this trade was fairly quickly. I think I was out within 10 minutes, and I ended up closing the position at 865, and I ended up netting around $140 on this trade. So that's pretty much it for this trade. Like I said, I'll go into a little bit more in detail in the second part of the video when I show the Thinkorswim chart. But the next trade that I ended up doing was on Facebook, and it's over here. And so what I ended up doing on Facebook was I ended up buying some calls, and I know that can be a little bit hard to believe that I made money on some calls considering the current market situation. But the day that I traded Facebook kept on bouncing off the support, and it showed a nice setup for some calls. So the day I traded Facebook, it kept on getting rejected from the 185 area. However, it showed some really strong support around the 183.90 area. So all throughout the morning, it was having these pretty fast $1 swings from the high 183 area to the high 184 area. And so I was able to profit in one of these swings. And the total win for this trade came out to be $198, so just $2 shy off of 200. But overall, these were pretty easy trade setups, so not too much complication in these trades. But I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the Thinkorswim charts to go into a better detailed analysis on these trades. So here's the NFLX chart, and what I saw in it was that Monday morning, not this Monday, but Monday the 12th, which is when I traded it, it started kind of gapping up at market open. You see that even though it actually gapped down pre-market, it ended up having a nice little gap up. It was trading, it opened at 305, and it shot up all the way to 311. And so I kept an eye on NFLX after this gap up because I wanted to see if it was going to continue breaking out and go above the previous week resistance, which is over here. So I let this kind of just play out a little bit, and I saw that it did go up. It continued to go as high as 312.55, and that's when I started to get a little bit interested to buying some puts, because on the 5-minute chart, which I was watching it at the time, I can't put the 5-minute chart here because it's already 2 weeks 2 weeks ago when the trade happened. But on the 5-minute chart, it showed some really nice resistance pattern at around the 313 area. So that's when I ended up entering my put around 10. And so you see that the next green candle, it did end up going a little bit higher. So that's when we were down a little bit, and that's when I ended up increasing my position size to 2 contracts instead of 1, and that's also when I lowered my average price to $795. And you can see that I was correct because it did end up getting rejected from the 313 area. Got as high as up to 312.89, and then it dropped down to all the way down to 311.15, so almost $2 move. I got out fairly quickly. I didn't hold the trade too much, but you can see that if I would have held on a little bit longer, we would have definitely made some more money. It got as low as 309.88. But to be honest, I was just looking for a quick $1 move on NFLX because NFLX tends to be a fast moving stock. So I'm not trying to get on the wrong side of the trade. But I'm not going to complain. It was a fairly quick trade and fairly easy to spot the resistance and trade based off that. So now I'm going to go head over and explain the Facebook trade. So here we have the Facebook chart, and what I ended up noticing on this was that pre-market on August 15, which is when I traded it, it started to gap up quite a bit, and then at market opened, or just right before market opened, it had a nice little pullback, and then once again it started to gap up again, and you can see that throughout the day, or at least the morning, it was trading pretty much sideways, but the candles were pretty big because they were around a dollar move candle, because like I said, it was bouncing around the support and the resistance just basically throughout the whole morning. So basically there was multiple times where it just kind of went up $1 and then came back down $1, and so there was definitely a lot of opportunity to be made here. But what I ended up doing was that I was looking whether or not it was going to break the resistance of around 183. But however, you can see that right around 12 it ended up getting rejected from that resistance, and it ended up breaking down past the VWAP and the EMA line. However, it ended up finding some support, and then that's when I ended up trying to that's when I ended up getting into the position. I didn't get in at the bottom. I waited a little bit because once again, I'm not trying to call the bottom. I'm trying to wait for some confirmation. So this is the 30-minute chart, but like I said, when I trade these, I usually watch the 5-minute chart. However, because these trades were a couple weeks back, I can't use the 5-minute chart anymore. But on the 5-minute chart, it showed I think, if I remember correctly, it showed like one big green candle right after that big drop, and so after that, that's kind of what I used as confirmation, and I told myself, okay, this is a breaking out pattern from the it's like a bounce from the lows of day, and so that's when I ended up buying some I think it was 6 call options. And you can see that it ends up having a really nice bounce from over here, the lows of 180.03, and it ended up actually gapping up quite a bit all the way up to 183.36. So I ended up getting out right after it crossed the EMA line because like I said, I'm not trying to hold these options too long. I'm just trying to get a quick profit. And so I ended up netting, like I said, around $198 on this trade. So fairly easy trade. You were just looking at the support and resistance, and that's pretty much the way to go when you're trading options, because it's pretty simple to kind of predict moves based on the support and resistance. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys did, make sure to like and subscribe. So I will see you guys in the next video.